How's it going, guys? Jake here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the BuildHelper Mod. Now this mod adds a ton of different cool, inexpensive wands that allow you to complete a bunch of different tasks in very cool manners. You can get rid of mountains, you can fill up valleys, you can build walls very quickly, a bunch of cool things, so let's get right into it. So in this first chest we've got 3 wands that all have to do with water. First we have the sand and water wand. Now to make this you're going to take any type of sand, a stick, and a water bucket. To make the water and gaps wand, all you're going to do is take a water bucket, a stick, and a golden nugget. Then the remove water wand, you're just going to take an empty bucket, a stick, and another golden nugget. I'm going to go ahead and take all 3 of these wands. Now the sand and water wand is used to fill up big bodies of water very quickly with sand. So how it works is if I right click on this block, it will place a pillar of sand that is adjacent to that block, filling up water. Now, what it actually is doing is it's placing sand in any water blocks that are around all the coordinates of a block. So with this glass block in the middle of this water here, if I right click on it, you can see that it fills up the water all the way around the glass block. So it's doing all the coordinates. So you can just hold this and then you can see go around and all the water has now been filled up. So it is very handy. Next we have this water and gaps wand. Now that's what this kind of glass bowl here is for. And so this wand works a little bit differently. If I go ahead and click on this block here, you can now see the wand's glowing a little bit. That's because it has saved that coordinates to this wand. If I come over here and click on this block, it will now fill up that distance with water. Now, the top layer is really where the water blocks are. As you can see, it's not moving or flowing anywhere, but it's flowing down. That's because it is not filling up all the spaces below that. It was just doing this kind of square 1 block plane. So it's a little bit different and weird, and I'll get to what happens if you place things like this in a diagonal block. So next we have this remove water wand, and this is basically the exact same as the last, except you just, well, remove water. So you can see that I right click on the same 2 blocks and the water that was there was now removed. So all these wands are extremely handy because water, you know, can be really annoying in big quantities. In this next chest we have a bunch of wands that have to do with placing blocks down or filling gaps. First we have the dirt wand, and to make this you're just going to take a dirt, a stick, and a golden nugget. We have the cobble wand, it's the same except with a cobblestone. We have the stone wand, which is the same except you have a stone. We have the iron ore wand, which is the same but you have an iron ore. Then we have the fill down wand. Now this is a golden ingot with a stick and a golden nugget. Then we have the universal fill wand, which is a diamond, a stick, and a golden nugget. So this one's a little bit more expensive. So I'm gonna go ahead and take all these wands, and that's what this obsidian over here is for. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this dirt wand. Now this works very similar to the previous water wand where it'll save the coordinates, and these wands are used to fill in gaps. So this dirt wand, if I go ahead and save the coordinate of this obsidian block, you can now see that the wand is enchanted. And now if I click on this one, you can see that it replaces all that and fills in the gap with dirt. And so this is going to be the exact same with the cobble wand, except it's going to place down cobblestone. This is also going to be the exact same with the stone wand, except it's placing down stone. And then very interestingly, the iron ore wand will do the exact same, but it places it down with iron ore. So you can get a ton of iron ore if you would like. Next we have this fill down wand. Now this works very similar to the sand wand that fills up the water, the first one I went over, as if when you place it, it will then place a column of dirt down just beneath it. It'll go on forever, but it won't do any more than that. So if I can just go ahead and do 4 clicks, and now you can see that hole is completely filled up with dirt. So that's the extent of that wand. So this wand is a little bit different. It takes 3 clicks. The first click is saying what you're wanting to place down. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I want to place down some wood. So you can see the wand's not enchanted yet, but then I'm saying I'm wanting to place it from this block, now it's enchanted, over to this block. So as you can see, now wood is filling up that section. So I can do the exact same, select wood, then I'm going to select this block all the way down to the base of this tree, and now I have a wall of wood. Very cool. And so now I'm going to tell you what happens when you go in a diagonal direction. So it's a little bit different. It doesn't make a line diagonally. It will make a block or a cube the size of the diagonal length. So if I go ahead and select wood because I'm wanting to make that, then this leave block, and then I'm going to come all the way over here and select this block, it is now going to make a massive cube of wood just because that's what it needs to do to be able to make that diagonal length. So it's a little bit different, and it can be a little buggy because it's going to have just to make a cube. But as you can see, that is a lot of wood there for harvesting, but it is also a very thick wall if I was wanting to make that. Pardon the snow, but in this next chest we've got 3 simple wands. They're pretty expensive. We first have the Cube Digger wand. Now to make this is going to be a diamond shovel, a stick, and a gold nugget. We have the Air wand, which is an iron shovel, a stick, and a gold nugget. And finally we have the Gap Fill wand, which is an emerald, a stick, and a golden nugget. Now all these wands have to do with either making airspace, digging, or just filling up air. So the Cube Digger wand, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. In the direction you're looking, it's going to make a 3x3 cube of digging. So as you can see, it's now a 3x3 cube, so I can keep digging all the way down as such. I could go over, I could be falling, all that stuff. So you can see it just makes this big cube for you to dig with, so very handy. Then we have this Air wand. Now this will fill up or empty out a section of blocks and replace it with air. So I'm gonna go ahead and select like this block way down here. And so as you can see, the wand is now enchanted because it's remembered that coordinate. And then just for fun, I'm going to move a little bit further away and select right here. Now sometimes it might be a little laggy because of the amount of blocks it's removing. But as you can see, I just made a massive in the ground cube of airspace. And now this is where the Gap Fill wand comes in handy, because maybe you accidentally did this or you just want to get rid of one of these. So this, and this is why I have this block of diamond, I'm going to go ahead and set it down. This works similar to the Universal Fill wand. So if I go ahead and select this diamond, it's now selected that block to place. Then I'm going to go ahead and line it up with this wall and select this block here. And then because, as I talked about, moving diagonally, it's going to make a big cube to fill everything in, I'm going to select this block up here, and then this entire place is going to be filled with diamonds. And I can use this Cube Digger wand. Apparently I can't on diamonds, but just break it down, and as you can see, they are all diamond blocks that filled up that section. And finally, in this last chest, we just got 4 pretty simple self-explanatory wands. First we have the Arrow wand. Now to make this just a bow, a stick, and a diamond. We have the Grow wand, which is any type of sapling with a stick and a golden nugget. We have a Torch wand, which is just a torch with stick and gold nugget. Then we have the Exchange wand. Now this is a little more expensive, of a diamond, a stick, and an emerald. I'm gonna go ahead and take the 3 of these. And now the Arrow wand, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. If I right click, it's going to place an arrow there. Now as you can see, it shoots it much faster than a normal bow would, and if I were to place it up in the sky, you can kind of see them falling out, but they apparently just either don't fall to the ground since they're going on forever, or they're very far away when they do fall. Then this Grow wand, it's also pretty self-explanatory. It's like bone meal, so if I just press a few times, this sapling will now grow into that tree, so it's now a jungle tree. Then this Torch wand, also pretty self-explanatory. If you right click, it will place a torch down wherever you click, so very handy. Then finally we have the Exchange wand. Now this is pretty interesting. So how this wand works is it has 4 clicks. The first click is saying what block you're wanting to change another block into. So I'm wanting to change these sand blocks into leaf blocks. So now it's selected the leaf block. The next thing I'm wanting to do is saying I'm wanting to change the sand into leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and select this. Then I'm going to choose the coordinates. So I'm going to choose this area right here. Now you can see it goes and enchants all the way over to this section. Now, because I told it to only change sand blocks, all of the sand blocks in this small rectangle are going to change, nothing else. So as you can see, now all the sand blocks are leaf blocks, but the gravel and the obsidian did not change. I could also say I'm wanting this obsidian to change these leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and select this, and now all the leaf blocks change into obsidian. So it's very handy. It chooses only one particular block. So, you can use this any way with the filler wands or whatever, but that is the Exchange wand. Very handy, and also can be a little overpowered because you can change a bunch of things into diamonds or whatever. That's pretty much it for the BuildHelper mod. As you can see, that's pretty overpowered, but it's also pretty awesome. If you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and also comment down below any other types of mods you'd like me to review, and I'll see you all in the next video. High five.